Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen. Alright, today I got an amazing recipe for you guys. Quick, simple, easy one. And it involves another, that's right, onion. What is it? Alright, French onion soup. That's right, French onion soup. My family loves it, enjoys it. So I'm going to show you guys how it's made. Alright, so what are some of the things you need? A little bit of oil. We're going to actually use the Instant Pot. So we're just going to put a little bit of oil in it, a couple caps full or whatever. Just enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and we'll put the oil away. All right, now come back over here to this list. We got about a shot glass of garlic here, and in my family we love garlic. I've got some provolone cheese. I've got some mozzarella cheese. We got about 5 heads of onions. We're gonna peel these, and we're not gonna chop them up. We're just gonna maybe cut it in half, so you got big chunks of onions in here. We've got 2 things of beef stock. Now, let me talk to you guys about this. You can either use beef stock, that's the preferred method. You can even make it 100% vegetarian if you want, I guess. I don't know if it is because of the cheese, but you don't have to use the cheese. But you can use beef stock, vegetable stock, or even chicken stock, okay? But you have to use some form of a stock. We got a little bit of butter, and we've got this stuff. This stuff's awesome. Sometimes it'll be called Texas toast. Other times it'll be called French toast, okay? Same exact bread, just different labeling depending on what you're using. And the reason why we're going to use that for is when we're all done, we're going to put them inside the bowls. And we want the thick bread because we're going to kind of toast these up. And then we're going to add the cheese when we finish it off. All right, let me go ahead and put the stuff together. Quick, simple, easy. And again, we're going to show you step by step. You're watching Crazy Dave's Kitchen. Sit back, relax, stay safe. Okay guys, so now we rough chopped the onions here. I forgot to mention a little bit ago that we got a bottle of wine. Any white wine will be fine. We just like to use the Moscato because it's going to give it a sweet flavor to it. Guys, don't worry about the alcohol if you worry about making it kid safe, because the alcohol is actually going to burn off. But the actual, what's left over is the flavor, and the flavor is what really makes the French onion soup. Okay, so over here, the Instant Pot says hot because we had it on saute. And the oil is really hot, so be careful when you start putting your onions in there. And what we're going to do is just take the onions, these are rough, cut onions, and we're going to saute them, okay? So we're just going to dump it in there. And we're going to let them cook a little bit, stirring it up, okay? Make sure you get them nice and coated with the oil. And once it's nice and brown, then you kind of, continue to the next step. So right now we're just going to cook these up and render this down. Once they start kind of getting nice and soft and almost transparent, that's when we add a little bit of the butter to kind of give it that caramelized flavor. Alright guys, so this has been cooking away a little bit, and you see how it's starting to get a little bit translucent, it's starting to get brown. This is about when you add your butter and let it cook again until it's really almost like a caramely. Now, sometimes you can add a little bit of sugar to it that will help to caramelize it as well. So in this case, we're just going to add like a tablespoon of some sugar here, and I'm using some raw unrefined sugar. Just sprinkle it in there and mix it up, and that will help to caramelize it. Okay. Now, once that's done, we'll continue on to the next step. Okay, so now these onions, look at these. These look really nice and caramelized. See how they're nice and brown like that? That's what you want. Okay, so now, what we're going to do is we're going to add one of these first. Okay, don't add them both at once, but add one. And you kind of want to see how runny your soup is. You kind of want it a little brothy right now, because we're going to fix that at the end. Okay, so let's take a look. And I think, one is good for this one. Okay, now over here we got that Moscato wine. Remember that? All right, we got 1 cup of wine. We're going to put that into the mixture. Okay, and again, we like garlic, so we're going to add the whole thing of garlic there, okay? And we're going to stir it up. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the method on here, because now it's off. We're gonna change it to pressure cook. And what we wanna do is do it for about 35 minutes here, okay? And we're gonna pressure cook this for 35 minutes, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, so this has been cooking away for a little bit, and you see how it's starting to get a little bit translucent, it's starting to get brown. This is about when you add your butter and let it cook again until it's really like almost like a caramely. Now, sometimes you can add a little bit of sugar to it that will help to caramelize it as well. So in this case, we're just going to add like a tablespoon of some sugar here, and I'm using some raw unrefined sugar. Just sprinkle it in there and mix it up, and that will help to caramelize it, okay? Now, once that's done, we'll continue on to the next step. Okay, so now these onions, look at these. These look really nice and caramelized. See how they're nice and brown like that? That's what you want. Okay, so now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add one of these first, okay? Don't add them both at once, but add one. And you kind of want to see how runny your soup is. You kind of want it a little brothy right now, because we're going to fix that at the end, okay? So let's take a look. And I think, you know, one is good for this one, okay? Now, over here we got that Moscato wine, remember that? All right, we got 1 cup of wine. We're going to put that into the mixture, okay? And again, we like garlic, so we're going to add the whole thing of garlic there, okay? And we're going to stir it up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to change the method on here, because now it's off. We're going to change it to pressure cook, and what we want to do is do it for about 35 minutes here, okay? And we're going to pressure cook this for 35 minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so it's been about 30-35 minutes now. I depressurized the Instapot, and we'll take the lid off, and you'll see it's boiling there, okay? Let me put the lid over here. Okay, now you'll notice that it's still kind of runny, very liquidy, okay? So what I'm gonna do right now is I made a roux, okay? And this is just 1 of these teaspoons of cornstarch with a little bit of water, because we want to thicken this up. So we're going to pour that in there, and we're going to thicken it up. Okay. Now, while that's thickening up, what we're going to do now is I went over here and I got my bowls, okay, really cool bowls. I got these from Costco a few years back. And you'll see that I trimmed off the outer edges and made these little squares. I toasted this, okay? Now, these, don't throw these away. I actually think what I'm going to make with these is I'm going to maybe toast them a little bit more, and or brush them down with some garlic butter. Make some garlic breadsticks. Ooh, yeah. That's something different, but anyway, that's really good. All right, so this thing's over here thickening up. We're going to turn it off and let it thicken up a little bit more. And if it doesn't thicken up to whatever consistency you want, you know, add a little bit more of the cornstarch, you know, a little bit at a time. You don't want it too thick. And it will thicken up a little bit, and this is actually, yeah, thickening up just the right amount. So we'll let that sit for a little bit. And then once it kind of calms down and thickens up, we'll put it all together. Okay guys, so the French onion soup you'll see is kind of thickened up a lot. That's really nice and amazing. I did add some salt and pepper to it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a scoop and we're going to pour it into the bowl. And these bowls look like it's going to take about 2 scoops. There we go. And we're going to put it into each one of these. Okay, you'll see that it looks amazing. Okay, now typically you're going to do the next step using an oven. I'm not going to use the oven because I don't want to heat up the whole house right now. So I'm actually going to use my heat gun, which is going to be really cool. And we're going to go ahead and melt the cheese with that. And you'll see it's not, exactly two. You kind of want it right at the brim. Can you see that? There's a little, right at this mark here inside the bowl. Kind of do that. Now, what you're going to do is take your bread and kind of just set it in there. Okay. Now, if you want, you can add more than one or two. Doesn't matter, but just like that. Now, I've got the mozzarella cheese. We're going to add one slice. If it doesn't shred like that, that's fine. And just start putting it into each one of the bowls. Okay. Then we've got some provolone. Now, if you want, you can also add some Swiss, but the provolone, you'll see, covers it up nice. I mean, look how well that fits. Okay. Now, sometimes you can even do another slice. Okay. And you can kind of like, melt it like that. Kind of put one off to the side, and I'm gonna show you why when you're done. Crazy Dave, I love cheese. Okay. And then we're going to do this one like this. Okay. Now, typically, again, you're going to put this into the oven. We're not. What we're going to do is use the actual blowtorch or the heat gun here. We're going to put it on number 2 setting. Wait for it to heat up a little bit. All right. And you're going to start melting this thing. Let's see if we can get the right angle here. And you want to get the cheese to melt. Now, a lot of times you're just going to use your oven, you're going to use your boiler setting. But this is going to get really hot. You can see the cheese is starting to melt. And you want to do these fancy kind of get it melted over the edges. Because the heat gun wasn't really on, it's not that hot yet. But once this thing starts getting hot, you'll see look at that cheese. That cheese is melting. And get that thing nice and slowly. Look at that. See how it's going to kind of get that burst on it? Oh, that's good. Alright, we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep this up. Woohoo! No, keep going. Keep going. Woo! Alright! You know that Crazy Dave up to no good when the smoke alarm goes off. Yeah! Alright, so we're just finishing up here and caramelizing this beautiful dish. And I'm sorry if that thing's hurting your ears, but that's how my family knows that I'm up to something delicious. That's the dinner bell. Alright guys, well there you go, you heard the smoke alarm go off, man. There's a smoke alarm like right above my head almost. Bad place to put a smoke alarm near the kitchen. I don't know who thought about that, because every time we cook, even if we're boiling water, that thing will go off. And I'm surprised, actually, with all the videos I've made, it's never gone off for you guys until tonight. Woohoo! Alright, well, that's the smoke alarm, and that's the heat gun for you. Indy's in here begging because she wants some of this soup. Well, actually, she wants the cheese. Well, there you go, guys. Quick, easy, simple recipe on how to make French onion soup. Crazy Dave's way, Crazy Dave style. Alright, man. Be safe. Keep your social distance. Wash your hands. Do whatever you need to do. Until then, peace out.